Hey, hey, are you tired of dancing for your prospects? Like dodging their calls or dodging their questions when you approach them about, your opportunity or your products? Well, hang in there because today we're going to talk about how to handle objections right and move your prospects from curious to signed. Hey there, Isai Rodriguez coming at you with more tips, tricks, and advice so that you can get the most out of your network marketing business. So as you're hopping on, if you could, as usual, let me know where you're tuning in on this beautiful blue planet of ours that we call home. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're alive. Show me some love. Drop me a hashtag live if you're catching this live and a hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. And as if you noticed, my voice is still kind of harsh, so I apologize about that. Had a pretty awesome birthday yesterday, so I'm still a little psyched out about that. Had a family and friends over. We had a great time and spent quite some time up late last night. Just talking. So anyway, let's get right into it. Are you are you reaching out to your prospects and essentially uh, pitching your product or your opportunity to them, and they're just kind of giving you like one objection after another? Like, do you I mean, if you're like me, if you're like, 90% of network marketers, we all deal with objections. There's no way around it. They say that you should go after a minimum of 20 no's per day. Essentially, the more no's you get, for your product or your opportunity, the better it is for you in the long run, I guess. But what if we could take some of those prospects and essentially work them properly and get them to, change that curiosity from curiosity, change that to, yeah, let's sign up right now. That's what I want to talk about today. I mean, like, so there's a concept that you want to keep in mind when you're approaching your prospects. You want to remember that that you and your opportunity, you and your product, that is the prize that you're offering, your prospects. You don't have to beg, you don't have to chase them, you shouldn't be trying to regain power in your conversation when you're talking to your prospects. Because a lot of times these objections, or even not just straight objections, they might be just blatant comments or statements that essentially try to remove the power from you as a prospect or leader, and gear that, or swing that momentum, swing that power into their court, into their hands, so that they have the upper hand. And essentially, what you want to do is manage that energy. You want to regain that power back from your prospect. So I wanted to give, I heard this example on a podcast quite some time ago. Obviously, I wrote my notes, and I just I went back to it the other day, and I took some more notes on the actual conversation. So in the podcast, they were talking about the trainer gave a very specific example, and I thought, like, wow, that's awesome. That's a great example. I loved it. It was, it just kind of hit me in the gut, as they say. It really touched me. And it essentially goes like this. So he was in a three-way call with, obviously one of his downline promoters, and the promoter, he gets online. They're on the phone, and he's introducing his upline, like, hey, thanks for that thumbs up. I don't know who that was, but I appreciate that. Um, and so he was like, they're on the phone, they're on a three-way call, and the promoter's like, hey, so and so, this is, I want to introduce you to my upline. This is my upline. He names his upline, and then, you know, he gives him a good little introduction, and then he hands it over to the prospect, and the prospect's like, jumps right in, and he essentially tries to take the power and assert himself as like the dominant person in the conversation. He's like, how's it going? Just want to let you know I'm a successful real estate agent. I've been doing this for however many years it was. And, I'm only on this call because, I promised so and so that I would be here, and I'd like to keep my promise. You know what I mean? So like he was essentially letting it be known that, hey, I'm so and so, I'm successful, I'm a real estate agent. Like, who are you? I'm only here as a favor. So like already he's trying to assert dominance in the conversation. And the way that the trainer handled it, like the way he spun it around and regained that power in the conversation was just awesome. Like I never would have thought of this, and there's a little sense of kind of like attitude, a little sense of sass when the way he came back at this prospect. He's like, well, that's great, that's awesome. I'm so happy that your business is doing great, that you're successful, and that's awesome. But let me ask you this. If that being the case, then why is it that we're on this call? Why are you here? What are we doing here? If you're so successful, he spun it in that way, and at that point there was, he just kind of left it at that. He threw out the question, and then there was one of those awkward moments, one of those long silences, like one of those long pauses. And so I had a video about this maybe about 2 months ago, about the whole break in communication and why it's important, and it just hit me. But yeah, so then there was this long pause, and so the agent eventually gets, I guess, gathered his thoughts, and he's like, well, to be quite honest, recently I lost a couple of clients, and the market's down a little bit, and I see my business isn't doing as well as it was, and so the truth came out. You know what I mean? So the point of this example that I wanted to share with you was that like he could have, like the trainer could have very easily been like, well, no, our company this, our company that, this opportunity that, our product. And, he could have started mentioning all these facts and figures and, all these things about the company and how the product is amazing and nobody has this product, and, this opportunity is groundbreaking, and, all that stuff that we as rookie network marketers would probably just kind of throw out there, me included. I've done it more times than I like to, more times than I like to admit. But you live and you learn. You get out there, you put yourself out there, and then you reflect on what it is that you did that day or that week, and you realize, okay, this is working, this is not working. What can I change? What can I make better? But in that scenario, like, again, he could have went in there and been like, hey, this, just start bullet points, like just giving them facts and figures and, all this, just throwing all this data, all this information in the prospect's lap, which at the end of the day is not going to do anything. Again, people don't care about facts. They don't care about your business, your opportunity. They want to know what's in it for them. What can you do for them? How can you help them in their life? Like, what can you do for them to help them create a lifestyle, or to, to essentially live the way they want? Or maybe, if you're focusing on your product, then what is it about your product that can help them in their daily life? Are they struggling with pain? Are they struggling to get out of bed? Like, what is it that your product can solve in their, in their life? And that's what they want. They're not looking for facts and figures and whatnot. But one of the key elements to getting to that point is getting past objections. And a lot of times we can subvert these objections simply by maintaining posture, by maintaining your authority, by maintaining power in the conversation. So keep that in mind the next time, somebody comes at you with some kind of remark like that. I mean, I've heard things like, "Why should I join you? What is it that you have or that you can provide? Like, why should I join your business, or why should I join your opportunity?" And like, the way you should come at that, or turn that around, or how you can turn that around, is essentially literally just turn around and be like, "Well, what makes you think that you're qualified to work with me?" You know what I mean? Like, who makes you the authority that says, like, yeah, you're number one and you're the prize and you're the person, like, I need you? Like, no, like, I'm offering you something, and it's up to you to decide whether you want it. You know what I mean? Like, and if you want, the opportunity, if you're interested in the opportunity, you still have to pass my screening. Like, okay, what are your interests? Like, what are you looking for? How much effort are you willing to put into this? Like, because this, yes, you want to build a team, you want to build as big as you can, but at the same time, you don't just want to bring people on just for the hell of it. You want people that are going to be running beside you. You know what I mean? People that you can count on your team, because you want to build a strong team. You don't just want to build any old team. You know what I mean? So that's about it for my short message today. Maintain power in the conversations to blast through objections. For most objections, if you spin it around and, you essentially take their objection and you just, throw it back at them, a lot of times they're going to be like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Or they're just going to blow you off and be like, whatever. But at least you'll know. If they blow you off, then chances are they were never interested to begin with. They were never serious enough. If they're taken back and they think about it, then there's something to work with there. You know what I mean? So again, hope you guys found value out of this. If you did, share this with your friends. Share this with whoever on your team that needs to hear this message. If you want to share it on your page, I would greatly appreciate it. If you do, drop me a hashtag shared. And I will be sure to show you some love and give you a big old thumbs up. If you want to, if you're looking for more in-depth information as far as, like, building funnels, attraction marketing, copywriting, things of that nature, then I have an awesome resource for you, an email resource where my mentor, Ferdy Ceballos, will break down all the steps of attraction marketing and how it is that they work together and how you can use them, how you can take advantage of that to take your business online and start building like a professional. Also, you may not know, but I'm always looking for eager individuals just like you, looking to make a difference in their life. Someone, people that are looking to build a lifestyle that, that they can, a lifestyle of their dreams, something that they've always wanted to build. If that sounds like you, then I would love to hear from you. Drop me a message, reach out to me, drop down a hashtag work with you, work with me, work with Isai. Whatever makes you happy, drop me your favorite emoji. And I will catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye now.